Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to go through and do our daily technical analysis updated commodities, work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it together. And if you have any questions with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all these topics and sectors, looking for potential investment opportunities and sharing that with everyone in the community. We do have the special back on. Special is the discount coupon code, 50% off the first month if you'd like to try it, and a larger discount on the monthly or the yearly membership if you want to swap to a yearly membership. Let's dive in, take a look, see what's going on. Starting with the DXY. I still think this looks a little bit weak. I don't see a reversal yet. That doesn't mean it can't happen. But usually you come down, you get some flag, you come down, you get a flag perhaps. It's still pointing slightly upward. Sometimes uh, they like to break down. So maybe we still can come to that support level on the DXY, which is right below us. So that's kind of the first support level that I think we could potentially hit is right in that area. The 2-year yield falling a little bit, and that still looks a little bit bearish. Bearish meaning lower. Fall, flag pattern, and then a lot of the times you fall lower. So perhaps yields could fall to the downside here. The 10-year continuing to slowly creep back. I'm not I'm not bearish on the long end of this curve. If you back out, we've got a lot of support underneath us. In the short term, there is some selling pressure, but we got to see some follow through, breaking through things if we're going to get below 4.3%. That's a ways below us, and this could also be a bullish formation where we fall into a falling wedge where we break higher. So when you start to see this, you don't do anything until you see a move. At least if you're trading, I'm not trading, but this to me looks like we could still go higher. Same with the 30-year yield. It was lower today, but I still think there's the possibility here that this could break higher in this falling wedge deal. So, and we're above a lot of support all through here. It's a smaller setup, so even if it fails or anything occurs, it's probably not going to be a very big move in either direction. So, the trend is up. We've got support underneath us. That's the longer term. TYX TNX ratio heading a little bit higher today. We're right at the cusp of breaking out. If it breaks to the upside, that is a tailwind behind precious metals. Not that it needed it today. And we're at a very low inverted point at this exact moment. Bond prices are up slightly. I don't expect a ton of movement here. I think we're going to get stuck in the mud, is what I'll call it. The momentum is still to the downside on the long term. Long term is this big selling pressure move, this consolidation, the breakout. That's still lower. And we very well could be putting in a rising wedge where we drop further. Interest rates go up, bond prices go down. I think that's all still intact. The 2 and the 10, we have slight uninversion, but it's really more or less a flat day. But we are coming on up, and the momentum is to the upside for the curve to invert on the 2 and 10. Gold absolutely ripping. Up 77, $78 an ounce. This is a 2,850 almost for a new all-time high. Breaking through some resistance through there. We could do a retest on this. So, but it looks fantastic, guys. Like you should, I mean, the best thing that you could have done is buy a bunch down here and then just sit and do nothing the entire time. Um, that would have been the best thing if you like gold. And it's ripping higher. It looks really good. We've got silver up massively, 3.6% today, breaking out of its falling wedge to the upside. And again, guys, I've been in silver for a while. I've been in silver for a while. I actually purchased it way back. I don't know. I bought some back. I think it was probably no, it was probably like around here, maybe here too. It was somewhere in that range. I rode it all the way up, rode it all the way back down, and then I bought a whole bunch more here. I bought a lot. Um, and here we are breaking out of this handle. I've held it for a long time, and yeah, hopefully we get a big run. It looks really, really good. Platinum. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Look at the candlestick on this guy. Oh, go platinum. Up about 5%, almost $50 an ounce. And look at that, guys. We're squeezing, and we've got a big bullish engulfing candlestick if we can close the week and the month out strong. This could be the beginning of a rocket ship. If you look at the ratios, platinum is the cheapest of all of them. It looks pretty good. Outperform all the other ones. I think platinum's going to be the silent killer here. It's going to be a killer move. And then palladium up 4.6%. That's also participating in the move. Got this falling wedge. We've broken out of it. It looks good. I just sit in it and do nothing. It's on a retest of this line right here. That's where we're at. GDX up about 4%, looking good. We've got GDXJ up about 4%, and SILJ up about 5. We're getting through this resistance area, and we're popping up above that. Longer term, with silver moving up, this is what I think is going to occur, guys. And maybe I'm crazy. I think this will be a launching pad. Whole area is a launching pad for a move way up. So I'm taking the longer term view, and that's kind of my opinion on it. XAU to gold ratio, it's still at incredibly low levels. Obviously, it outperformed today, up about 2.6% on the metals that were way up. So we're coming from cheaper than ever land. The gold and silver mining companies in relationship to gold. We've broken the downtrend. We're up against support. I think we're going to go here. I've already taken my positions. I've picked off the bottoms in all these silver and gold companies, the ones that I like. I got enough shares. If this wants to rip, let it rip. But I kind of picked off my favorites. Looking at crude oil, this thing was all over the place today. I was looking at the daily. Look at this daily chart. We were as low as 72 and we were as high as 73.80 today. Like today. Um, we came all the way back down. I don't know if they're like trying to sell this off or what. Look at the move towards the end of the day. I think it has something to do with tariffs. Look at that move. All the way up, and then I don't know, somebody pushed it all the way back down. Who knows? But it ended up a little bit today. Uh, this to me looks bullish. And the reason I say it looks bullish, you've got a lot of support underneath us. There's a lot of support underneath here. We came up pretty quick. Up, downward candlestick, up, downward candlestick, up. And then whenever you get these small little red candlesticks like this, that's generally a bullish formation. We can also look at the short term and draw a trend line. Let's go to the monthly there, 3 months. So this is an hourly candlestick. You kind of draw through here, and it was like trying to break out, but something was preventing this from breaking out today. It had a big run when they announced the tariff news that I saw out there. It was running, and then somebody brought it all the way back down. It's like, hold on, don't break out yet. But this is like a breakout. Whenever you get these big candlesticks like this, and then you get the small like pullback like that, they generally break higher. ETF gas, it's in the upward channel, slightly up today. And natural gas in America down 3.5%. We've had some pretty strong selling pressure recently in nat gas. We're at $3, and we were just at $4 about a week or two ago. XOP, yeah, you know me, down about 0.5%. We haven't ripped through that resistance neckline yet. I really want to see this rip, and I get it. The government, the Federal Reserve, does not want oil to go up. They do not want that to go up. It is a little bit weird where commercial inventory levels are at and where the price of oil is at. We're about like $11 undervalued. Interesting to see that disconnect. And when oil tries to rip, it's like somebody comes in and smacks it with a hammer every time. But that's where we're at. Shoulder, head, shoulder. We're trying to break out. Haven't broken out yet. OIH up a little bit. Momentum still to the downside for the oil service companies. Newcastle Coal Futures up 0.5%. I do think it's trying to bottom here. I'd be looking at potential areas for investment, and I've got my favorite companies. You guys know them on the website. And I do think eventually this will work its way on up as we get into energy shortages in the future, out late 2020s, early 2030s. That's my guess. So I think we got a long way to go in coal. Profits Uranium Trust up 1.76%. This is kind of a weird setup. You've got big selling pressure coming down, and then you've got this coming up. If we see the candlesticks get real small here, we could roll over in the short term. Just an FYI. Bigger, longer term, we're in a big flag pattern, consolidating for the eventual break higher. Uranium futures pricing up 2%. We are back within the pattern. Oh, we're close to being back within the pattern, but not quite there yet. We're at $70, $70.60. URA up just slightly today. We'll see where this thing goes. We're bouncing off support. URNM doing the same thing, and URNJ, it's the same chart, guys. And guys, sell this thing down here. I want to buy some more. Can you guys get scared again and like sell this all the way back to like these levels down here? I want to buy some more shares and hopefully you guys get more scared. Copper up 0.82. It's trying to break out, get out of this big pattern it's in. I think it's going to break. I think oil is going to break to the upside. I don't see how copper would break to the upside. Gold's going up, silver's going up. And I think it deals with the weakness of the dollar that maybe people are pricing in, or maybe it's because over in the LBMA, they are struggling to meet gold demand. But that's just going to reprice all the commodities higher if gold keeps going on up. But this looks good. Looks ready to break higher. The OPX also up 1.35%, looking okay. Iron ore up 5.5%. And when these contracts roll over, I don't know if that's a legit reading, but that's what it shows. And it looks like we're trying to break through the downtrend if that is a legit reading. Iron ore. Aluminum right at resistance. It does look like it wants to try to break out. Just give it time. It'll come. Nickel down slightly, down about 1%. Double bottom. Moves up 1%. We're right at that resistance area, and maybe we can break through it. Emerging markets are up 1.7%, looking good, feeling good, breaking out. Shoulder, head, shoulder, breakout. Emerging markets probably going to head higher for a while. KRE up 1.12, trying to break out, looking good. We got TAN up. TAN is up. I announced TAN is up. But hopefully, I don't know, maybe it's not for long. This thing's been chugging sideways to lower. Lithium right on resistance support. There we are, trying to break through that. REMX also on support, needing that support. We've got Baltic Dry Index down slightly, and this thing's been selling off hard. We're at 726, and we look back, this is a really cheap level going all the way across. Baltic Dry Index right now is probably the cheapest commodity day rate, exchange rate, however you want to call it, of anything at the moment. I like dry bulk right now. XHB up 2%, liking those yields dropping a little bit. Still looks a little iffy on the longer term here. We get this, but you know, it seems like the home builders are going to move with the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ's going to go higher if they hold interest rates down. I think that's going to be the same thing with the home builders. Russell 2000 above support. We're up a little bit, about 1%. Doesn't look too bad. Looks like a big flag pattern. S&P 500 up 0.5%. Where I'm sitting on top of support. It's had multiple moves, breakout lowers, and it just continues higher. That plunge protection team is doing its job. NASDAQ also just trading sideways, still looks okay. You got SMCI up 3%. I'm not buying it. Nvidia up about 1%. It is still below a lot of resistance. I'm not touching it. We've got Bitcoin up 1.3%, looking like it's trying to break out here, or is breaking out. We can put a little bit better. I'll do it on the closing prices there. And Ethereum's up 4%. It's still in this pattern, ready to the cheetah jump out of this thing. And then we got MicroStrategy down 0.34%, but it's going to do whatever Bitcoin does, I'm sure. Not a great looking chart here. Not a great looking chart. Lots of selling pressure all through here. The buying pressure is kind of subsiding to some degree. And then the VIX is down, so the S&P up, VIX is usually down. But yeah, that's what I've got for today, guys. Big moves in precious metals, and they're looking pretty dang good. We've got a question and answer session coming up this weekend, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. So that's what we've got going on this weekend. Bring your questions. I am going to go over some presentations with nat gas and with oil. Then we'll go through, if you guys have questions on other stuff, I think there's going to be a net present value calculation. I can build it as we go through it. We can put the inputs that you guys want to do so you guys know what that also looks like. But that's what I've got for today. We'll catch you later. This is Finding Value.